Hi, it's Dorothy Kelty from Raccoon Alley Creations, and I've been working on this hashtag ABC April 2026 challenge from Margaret at Seven Plaza Creations and Tony at Crafty by Tony. And today's Jay, Saturday, and J is for junk mail, as far as I'm concerned. So here we go with, let me put this up there where it's out of the way. I love working with envelopes, junk mail envelopes. This one has been completely taken apart, and which is kind of handy. And so I'm going to be making an over-the-page tuck. It'll have 2 tuck spots on each side. Okay, and we have this window in this, so we want something pretty to show through the window. Okay, so that's kind of pretty. All these are pretty, really. I'm going to go with the center one, just to be difficult. Now, what I want to do is I want it to be smaller than this, so I want it to be let me take a pencil or a pen, it doesn't matter. So there's kind of a line on this paper here. I'm going to kind of indicate that line. Okay, and then we want to be, so actually we can go to this line over here too. Okay, and then we want to be above it. So we'll go like right here above it. You can go farther up, it doesn't matter. And then we want to cut it off below it. So that'll be down here. Okay, so I'm just going to start with cutting that off. Let's see. You can go right up this. I'm actually going to cut over here. I've got that full flower. I don't want to completely waste that if I don't need to. Okay, we'll come down here. Let's see if I did this right, shall we? Is that going to show up in this page? Yes, it will. Now, we're not going to attach it to the back here. We're going to attach it here on this side so that when the window is there with nothing in it, it's still going to look pretty. So I need to figure out where I want this to sit in order for that to happen. Okay, so I'm just going to slide this over here and make sure that we're covered. Okay, this can actually come down a little bit. So we'll come down there. Okay, now let's pull this back and see. See, I'm making sure that I've got a picture in the whole cover, okay? So now, once again, I'm going to put a line here, and a line here. They're not going to show when I'm done, but I want to know where to glue this, okay? So I'm going to take my gunky fabric tack. Let's see if it's going to work. No. So silly when I do that. Baby wipes are the best way to clean this up. Sorry. And now let's stick a pin down there to make sure that this inside is clear all the way. Now, I'll clean this up better later, but for right now, that'll do. Okay, so now let's take Fabri-Tac and put it around the edges here. And across here. I am going to stick the pin in this bottle. Okay, and now you can see where the lines are, so I can line it up like that. Okay, make sure it's fine, and it's fine. Okay, now this, I'm gonna trim this bottom off. Okay, and this can go right back together the way it was with these flaps folded down. And now if these ends are torn, which this one actually is, so I'm going to really quick take some washi tape and just go on the inside of this. Okay. And now let's fold these down. Okay. Now a real easy, this will be folded over the page like this, and the fold is going to make a kind of a natural barrier for what I put in here, okay, for the size and how it's going to fit and everything. A real easy way of decorating this, and I do it the difficult way sometimes, but I think this time we're not going to, is just to take washi tape and decorate it. So you can take the washi tape and just go right next to this. Tear it off, fold it over, that's fine. Take this. Fold it over, that's fine. Okay. Take some across here. And across the bottom. So you can see on this that I have left white showing in some places. You can go back with more washi tape and take care of that. I'm trimming off the edges here a little bit. Or you can just take some of your distressed ink, like this, and just go along the edge. Okay, now what's going to happen is that as I decorate this, it's going to be less apparent what I've done there, okay? So, like I said, well, let's go ahead and do that. Let's take some more washi tape and put it along here. Okay, cut this off. Okay, now this is going to go on the other side of the page, and so we want that to be pretty too. For that, I'm simply going to take this picture, or this picture, let's, okay, gotta fill in with some more washi tape on this too. I'm really, I mean, I had an idea what I wanted to do, but I didn't make like step-by-step plans on this. Okay, because this, not this one, because this picture isn't going to completely go over to the edges, I'm going to take the washi tape and go along the edges of this envelope. Let's open it up. Kind of make a frame behind it. And across the bottom. This doesn't want to stick here. Probably because I had my fingers all over it. Okay, so now I can take this piece, let me cut this off and figure out how much I want. Okay, I can do it. See how straight I cut here. Put that over there, just like that, and that'll be fine. Okay, so now when this flips over the page, you're not going to be able to see this on the back. If you want, what you can do, and what I often do, is put lined paper here, and that way that becomes a journaling spot as well. It's not unusual for these letters to have the glue coming off in places like this, especially if you've been, you know, messing with them, taking it apart and stuff like that. Okay, so now we have two spots. Now I want to put another, I was a little sloppy here. I usually put glue on here, and I didn't. So these papers were by April Storm. They were her freebies here not too long ago. Last month, I think it was. And I have a bunch of little embellishments and stuff that she had. And so I'm going to go right ahead and pull some of those out of here. Here we have another mushroom. This. Here's some more mushrooms. This was cut by my scanning cut, and it looks like the paper slipped a little bit while I was cutting. I'm going to go ahead and cut this center out here too. I might need a new blade in here. We'll see how it does. That came out nicely. This one's not coming out nicely. Mostly because I didn't cut it right. Here we go. I should have thought more about what I was going to be doing when I picked out the washi tape for this, but that's okay, it'll be fine. Okay, that's that's what we're gonna do. So let's take this. Now I can glue this to the plastic, the acetate that's in the window. That's just fine. So we'll do that right there. I definitely like to get glue, a little bit of glue up into these finer parts because I don't want them catching and falling apart. Okay, there we go. Take this one. Oh, yeah, I've got a bunch of loose glue in the bottom of my glue holder, and that's sticking to this. I'm putting this up a tiny bit, and we'll add this to here. Okay, now let's see, label sheet. I'm going to cut out this label that says Ancient Path, just because I like it. And that will go, actually it's going to go up here. Let's put a little dab of glue there, and then we'll put some glue on here. Don't do that. Okay, so that's nice and decorated. This can stay just like that if you want, or you can add some stuff. But now we want to put a journaling card in here. And I have these index cards, which, let me see just how big they are. 3 inches, so this is, okay, that's okay. So we want to put this inside. This side is coming for a little bit too. Thread. This is not hair, this is thread from ribbon or something, okay? So now we want this to be just smaller than this. So by dropping this down here a little bit, if I then cut this off straight with this, that should fit in nicely. Okay, let's see. It goes in. It does. We're going to round the corners. Okay, and now we want to decorate this, and we want to decorate it so that when it's in this pocket, like this, it's something pretty to look at, okay? So, I'm going to use part of this, but I want a background that's different. What do I have here on my desk? Not enough. Vintage music. There's nothing more beautiful, in my opinion, than vintage music. So, we're going to tear this off. Okay, so this will go over here. And then this will go over here. It'll be fine. Let me just cut this. I suppose I should have waited to round the corners until I got everything glued on, shouldn't I have? Oh well. Okay, and we're going to tear this right here, like this. Okay, we'll put some glue on this. Okay, this is going to go like this. This. I'm gonna tear around here a little bit and tear. I call this fussy tearing, where I'm kind of getting the shape of things, but not completely. Okay, this will go over here. I don't mind if that's straight at the top, but I want to tear this side a little bit, make it a little bit more interesting. It's kind of hard when the design goes right to the edge, but you know, it's nature, and nature can be uneven edges and things, so or a bird could eat part of a leaf. All kinds of things could happen to it. That's going to work nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, let's get this out of the way. I'm going to put a line of glue along this edge here. Make sure we get onto that edge really well. And then I'm going to put a line, I'll go across the top here, and down this edge. That way I'm gluing down well the edges that could stick up and cause problems and things. I'm going to line this up here. Now we'll cut this off. Okay. I'm going to cut out this label off this bottle. And I'm also going to tear the sleeve. I may tear this other leaf off after I see it too. Let's see what I think. Little dab of glue right there. Put that piece down. It's kind of fun. Let's see what it looks like inside here, shall we? Let me rub this glue off here. I hate it when it does that. Okay. Slide this card in here. Okay. So there we go. And then when you pull it out, okay, let's put a little, like, tab over here. What do I want? I want no, I don't like that. I don't have a whale tail punch. I have a punch that I sometimes fold things in half and I use that, but I kind of like just the looks of, you know, these just roughly torn and then folded in half tabs. They don't have to be anything real fancy. Put that right there like that. Then I'll cut the top off straight. Okay, I'm going to add glue here and glue here and this one. So that way I can put it on and the bottom and the top. Okay, and then let's just cut this off. Okay, so now I have a tab. So it's going to be obvious that there's something to pull off on this. Okay, and then this one is also a spot for journaling. Let me see how big this is. Is this too big? Come on. Okay, I am going to take some paper and go along the edge of this. It doesn't seem to bother on this side. Oh, because it's glued down over there. So what I'm doing is making a kind of an edge. This, where this is glued down, it is on this side. It's sticking up a little bit and getting in the way. Let's get you out of there. It was catching. So let's see. I think what I'm going to do is just go right along like that. And then I'm going to take this circle punch and I'm going to go in and just take a little bit of a divot out of here. Okay. Now let's see if this will go in. It's a tiny bit too big. Now it'll go in, and we don't need this to stick out, so I'll cut it right along here. Because on this one we have the divot on the other side that's going to kind of show that there's something there. Okay, so now let's decorate this one. Which way does it go in? No, it goes in this way. Okay. That means this will fit. Okay. Take this. I like to leave the lines on the back because when you've got a journaling card, sometimes it's nice to have lines to write on. Okay? I now have that upside down, but that's okay. 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 Then I want this to go in this way. Okay. Let's round these corners. Rounding the corners does help things go into pockets, so and it does help to look to see if you've gone in far enough. Okay. And now this is going to go this way. Okay. And what shall we decorate this one with? Not that. Let's see what we have here. No, nope. Nope. I may have pieces from 2 different kits here. Here's some more mushrooms. That's good. My cutter was being a little persnickety when it was cutting these pieces out. Oh, here. That's kind of fun. So I'm going to use these 3 because they all have borders around them. Okay. I'm going to use glue stick this time. Now sometimes when I lay things out and I want to, you know, kind of be consistent about where I'm putting them, I'll take a picture. But this will be fine. We'll put this one up here, and this one down here, and I think that's kind of cute, just like that. So now you have it. You have an over the page pockets with cards in both of them. This one and this one. And that's my junk mail pocket. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I didn't do it too fast or anything, but I'm enjoying this challenge. and I hope you are too. This is Dorothy Kelty of Raccoon Alley Creations. Thank you.